You're live. Live chat. 0 people. Hello, 0 people. Lovely to see you. We've only got a short while to be together. We will let the room populate. Hopefully, there's people who care. Andrew Vertafarule. Hey, brother. What's Big Country Trucker? What's up, brother? Leslie Lively. Sup? Ryan Serrano. That's a good word. Daniel T. What's up? JS Badger. What's up, brother? How are you? Bobby Mojo. What's up, Bobby Mojo? Digital Alchemy. What's up, brother? Brandon Sweeney. World Without Ruler. Holy cow. It's okay. It's going too fast now. It's literally like brrr. I didn't know you did this. Cool. Ethan Cash. I don't normally do this, but I just recently arrived to the... you're welcome. I just recently arrived to the land of milk and Wi-Fi. And so, smoked but good. Amen. Good evening, Tom's Pansky. I'm at work and needed this. Hi, Brittany. I'm sorry to hear that. What's up, Brian? Nice curtain. You like that? Yeah. Mama Bear did that. The original Mama Bear. Not the one that I made Mama Bear. What kind of sauce should I get on my anniversary present? Hey, man. Whatever goes with purple latex. Hello from Central Texas. Hello from North Texas, currently. New to your channel, and I've learned a lot. Thank you. You're welcome. What's up from LA? Yeah, I'll tell you, guys, I just uploaded 2 videos totaling about 45 minutes in length at the same time on this amazing North Texas Wi-Fi in 5 minutes. Normally, that would take me all night. What's up, Cattywampus? Bear Engine. Thank you for all you do, brother. Hello from Florida, Pennsylvania. All right, so I saw Gabriel the Believer. What's up, brother? Huntsville, Texas. Been there. Clearing, Oklahoma. Roger. North Texas. North Carolina. Utah. Wow. Hope you're doing well, Bear. Bear is doing well. Oh, hey. How are you, sister? I'm doing well. I hope you're doing well, and I'm looking forward to getting together with you. In fact, I need to email you. Patriot Plumber, what's up, brother? Back to work, working out. Amen. Glad to hear it. Thank you for the VR to NWA Prepper. Yeah, man, he's awesome. 1 mile with plate carrier. Nice. Heck yes. Do it. I've almost been feeling like I'm going easy on myself when I do the plate carrier now, because my plate carrier loadout's 38 pounds and my ruck goes anywhere from 57 to 77. So it's about half of my heavy ruck days. First Thessalonians, when they say peace and safety, sudden destruction comes, signing a peace deal with the Middle East in April. Dude on vacation in the mountains. You need a friend? Yeah. The boss is tall. What's up, Sasquatch? And Set Apart Homestead is here. What's up, brother Travis? Man, everybody's here. You put about 100 people on in 4 minutes. This is insane. I quit. Shalom, me and you. Just call or text. Roger that, sister. I will. Thank you. So let's do this. Let's do this. The first thing we need to do is apply adult beverage appropriately. Mechanical room in a gas station. Nice, brother. You look so good in those overalls. So, somebody asked about red flag laws. What do I think? I think it's entirely possible that something like that does come to fruition. I don't like it. I don't. Bear is bad. No, bear's good at being bad. There's a difference. I don't like red flag gun laws at all. I do think that, you know, I'll tell you this, man. I get a lot of flack for that NRA hat. I don't like NRA. I don't like the NRA. Okay, not a fan. I said in a recent video, if the GOA would give me a hat, I'd wear that too. So yeah, the red flag is bad. It's bad news, man. But I really think it's getting to the point where we need to make our actions match our ambitions, right? If you live in a state that thinks it's okay to kill babies after they're born and they want to take your guns, it's probably time to go, okay? How about constitutional carry? Yeah, I'm for constitutional carry, actually. I do think that everybody should be trained. However, I don't think that the government has the right to mandate that you should be trained. So, yeah, exactly. Listen, man, everybody has a cool NRA, you know, or not an anagram, you know what I'm talking about. Not really American. Dude, I get it, okay? I don't support the NRA, so everybody needs to simmer down with that. I hate new gun laws. I'm a vet, and now I have to... Dude, I'm a Patreon. It's Brett. Can't figure out how to join live chat and Patreon. Dude. How do I know if my passion is of the Father or my own flesh? Okay, well, number one, thank you for the $50. Number two, let's park there for a minute. This is what I do. I turn comments off so I don't get distracted. So I'm gonna turn the comments off for a minute. Okay. How do I know my passion is of the Father, not of my own flesh? Define passion, all right? You give it over to the Father, okay? You come to the Father and you just tell him, listen, man, I don't know what's going on here, but this thing belongs to you, and so I'm just giving all of this to you, and it's yours, so you do what you need to do with it, and I need you to guide me wherever you need me, send me there. Whatever you need me to do, let me do it. If there's something that I'm not supposed to be doing, make it obvious to me. One of the things, because this head is really thick, when I talk to the Most High, what I tell him is make it obvious to me. Speak to me in languages I can understand, and he will. And he will, okay? So how do you know? Dude, we're just stewards. This thing sucks, okay? This thing sucks. So what's fearfully and wonderfully created in his image is in here. And that's that piece of us, that spark of life that's trying desperately to get back home again. This thing is just the vehicle to facilitate that, okay? And so like Squat says, clarity from the Most High. You seek his face. You literally humble yourself, get on your knees, put your face into the ground and pray, okay? And ask him to speak to you in ways that you can understand, and he will. Double tapping hillbilly, what's up, brother? You're awesome. Yeah, I'm telling you guys, it's time to make our actions match our ambitions. If you live someplace where something like that is going down and you disapprove, you either need to be on the steps of your Capitol building screaming, or you need to leave, okay? Walk in the Spirit and ye shall not accomplish the lust of the flesh. Amen. But remember that even Paul, Saul of Tarsus, aka Paul, later in his life, struggled mightily against the flesh. And Paul goes out of his way to make a differentiation between his heart. We are never one man's way. Remember this too, okay? And I'm turning off all comments for a minute so that I don't get distracted. Remember this. We are never told to evacuate or eviscerate our own heart in the Word. We're told to die to our flesh daily, but not our heart. And Paul struggled deeply with the flesh, struggled deeply with sin. And he wrote about it many a time. In my weakness, he is strong, right? Should I sin all the more so that his grace may abound? No, God forbid. God forbid. Paul had deep issues with this. So if Paul can accomplish what he accomplished for the Most High, surely you can too. All right, and it's a big part of it is being aware of it and dying to yourself, to your flesh, this thing that sucks daily. Not this piece of you in here that belongs to the Most High and is struggling mightily to get back home again, but the part of you, the imposter, the false self that will betray you daily. That, if you need to shut it down, you shut it down. But you are not unique in that, okay? Everybody has their thing. And so be encouraged by that and ask the Father to speak to you in ways that you can understand and ask Him to refine you, and He will. And it may not be comfortable and it may not be easy, but it will be simple, okay? Cool. Turning comments back on. Okay. There we go. Julie Winston, what's up, sister? It's getting sideways in Nevada. What's up, Son of Liberty? Self-defense for minors. Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, Krav Maga, Aikido. Man, Southeast Asian combatives. You know, you can pick something. Pick something. Blunt force instruments. You do not want to get into a situation where you're using an edged weapon for self-defense. Even legal adults have issues with that. Oklahoma. Hold on. Semi-professional hillbilly is probably the best YouTube handle I've ever heard. And I've seen that name several times, and I just want to point out, semi-professional hillbilly. The image that evokes in my brain is tremendous. Believe me, believe me. This image alone in my brain could totally force Mexico to build the wall, okay? So, hold on. That helps a lot, thanks. We're going to raise that 50K quick for the Father. Oorah. Yes, sir. We are. It's actually, things are going well on that end. Aikido sucks. Yeah, you had somebody who was bad at it teach it to you, Gabe. You come here, we'll talk about how much Aikido sucks when I pick you up off the floor a couple times, okay? Hey, is my wife in here? Somebody said, hey, Homie. Babe, are you in here? What you doing? Where are you? Homesteading with the Morgans. Hey, what's up, y'all? We're on a cable skidding crew in Maine. Could you expand on your time in the woods? Yeah, man. Cable skidders, dude. You're awesome. Okay. Yeah, we'll spend a few minutes on that. Let me just say hi to my wife. Hi, wife. I love you. You're incredible. Thank you for hatching all of that poultry on our homestead that makes all that noise and smells kind of bad, but I can't wait to eat. And you're wonderful. And I'm going to call you when I get done with this. Thank you, Michael Bonfiglio. I bet you know how to make some phenomenal focaccia bread. What do you think about 3 Sigma survival schools? We'll talk about that later. Hold on. We're going to talk about cable skidders. Spending some time in the woods. Turning comments off so I don't get distracted. Stand by. Oh, yeah, helping out NWA Prepper. Aspen and I are watching. Hi, Aspen. I love you. You're awesome. Are you reading the book? Yes, she does, Brandon. Homie Biscuits is the name of it, and it's tremendous. You can see she's doing all kinds of stuff on that channel about turning my breakfast into my dinner. So, what's your take on ducks? Whatever, babe. They're smelly, and I don't like them. All right, let's talk about cable skidders. Hold on. Okay, all the questions. Hold on. Hiding chat. We're going to talk about my time in the woods. Okay, so I learned how to cut trees approximately the age of 15 years old. I worked from 15 to 17 for 2 other guys. One was an old Austrian guy, like in his 80s, named John Borg, who could kill every one of us with his bare hands. He was totally beast mode. I remember he took a 12-pound splitting maul, held it all the way out, and curved his hand back without bending his arm. And he said, how do you know if an axe is too heavy for you? I said, I don't know. He said, you hold it all the way out and bend it at your wrist. And if it breaks your nose, it's too heavy for you. It's like, okay. This guy had biceps that were like at 80-something. Guy was an animal. So I worked for him running a Husqvarna from 15 to 16. And then I worked for another guy named John Deal, who was a big German guy in upstate New York. Great guy. They were both excellent human beings. John Borg, I know, is no longer with us, and I pray that John Deal still is. I haven't talked to him in a while. But I worked for John Deal, and John Deal had DIEHL, I believe, had several acres, 40 acres of timber that was standing black cherry that he had planted on a 30 by 30 grid, and that was his retirement plan. And he was up there in age, and he no longer wanted to climb and trim and prune his trees, so he taught me some of that. And I was not a good climber. I actually learned how to climb from my dad, and my dad yelling at me going up and down a swamp maple, because I knew how to fell trees from the ground, but I wasn't very good at climbing. So my dad would, this lady called and she was like, what am I doing with the buttons? She said, hey, I got 2 limbs over the top of my house. How much to take them out? And I was like, listen, I'm sorry, I don't climb. And as I was saying that, my dad snatched the phone out of my hand, and he was like, hell yeah, he climbs. He'll be there Saturday. So that was like a Thursday. So I spent, what's up, Brian? So I went Thursday, Friday, all day climbing, and then eventually, went there Saturday, climbed her tree, took those 2 limbs out, and got better and better and better. And then so I grew that, the business aspect of that started when I was skidding logs with a 2-wheel drive Ford Ranger with a posi rear in the back of it for firewood use on our homestead growing up. And so the first person that stopped and wanted to know if I sold firewood, nah, sorry, man. The 8th person, no, sorry, man. The 12th person, hell yeah, I sell firewood. How much you want? Back that thing up. I'll fill your trunk up. I'll fill your bed up. Doesn't matter. So that's what I did. And that started the firewood business. And then I knew how to fell trees, and I learned how to climb, and I was cutting firewood. And then kind of the next thing from there was, I needed more wood for firewood. And so that turned into, well, there's got to be a way. There's got to be a way to get paid to take these trees down, right? And it's like, oh yeah, that's called logging. Yeah, I keep getting sidetracked by the comments. Sorry, NWA Prepper. And so I got into logging, and I met an awesome French-Canadian guy named Dennis Nadeau, who had a whole bunch of log trucks and skidders, and he had a couple of John Deere cable skidders and a grapple skidder, and we became friends, and he bailed me out of some hard spots, and I grew the company from there, and just spent a lot of time, intensive time in the woods, man. And so to that end, man, like, periods of my life have just been very intensive. Like, I've had very intensive periods of life. So any advice on receiving the Holy Ghost? Yes. Fast, pray, put your nose in the Bible. That's what you do. Hold on. So if you are not fasting currently, fast. And every time you get hungry, you talk to the Father and you realize that, hey man, I'm just a steward of this. I can't do it without you. This broken piece of flesh, I'm cranky right now because I haven't eaten in a few hours. What the hell, man? This is all yours anyway. And you get real good at being outside of yourself. So fast. Read the word, pray. Those 3 things, and do them with intent, not to check the box, but with intent. So yeah, that's how I know how to receive the Spirit, man. And truthfully too, yeah, I see you, Glock. We'll get there, okay? And by the way, I don't respond well to caps. Hello, Aname. Here's the deal, man. A lot of times when we're feeling like we're not getting filled up by the Spirit, how often do I fast? At least a couple times a month. When I'm not getting filled up by the Spirit, usually there's something in here that I haven't given to the Father that I need to. And so you need to take that, whatever that thing is, and just remember, man, this is all his anyway. Okay? So if there's this thing, if there's this weight on your shoulder, this thing that's eating you up on the inside, that belongs to him. You just give it to him. You literally say, Father, this is yours. I can't do it. Take this. How can I fast when I'm hypoglycemic? I don't know the answer to that. I would ask your doctor, truthfully. But if it's not food, fast on something else, right? Dude, thank you, but you can stop doing that, man. Thank you very much. Justin Gibson, I follow the way. What that means is I stand in the middle of the New Testament and the Old Testament. I believe that salvation is through Yeshua Messiah, Jesus the Christ. Pausing comments for a minute. So if you're commenting right now, I'm not going to see it. Okay? So I believe that Yeshua is Messiah, that Jesus is the Christ, and salvation is only through his atoning sacrifice and your belief on him. I also believe that obedience brings blessing, and I believe that Yeshua, when he says that he came not to usurp, not to do away with the law, but to fulfill it, the Greek there is plerau, and plerau doesn't mean the end of the book, it's over, it means the embodiment of. So Yeshua, in his own words, was the embodiment of the law. And if we're going to be Christians, we should be Christ-like and do the things that Christ did. And he was obedient to the commands of the Father. In fact, Revelation 12:17 says, the remnant of the church in the end times will be those that have a testimony of Messiah and keep the commandments. Yeshua says, if you love me, keep my commandments. So, okay, that's what I try and do. I'm not great at it, but when I do it, I experience blessings. The Father stretches his hand out to me and he says, I see you, kid. You're doing a good job. Here, have a snack. Like, to dumb it down, that's how it works. The Father blesses people when they're willfully obedient to him. And so salvation's through Messiah. It's entirely possible, in my experience, to be saved and be miserable because you're not experiencing blessings. And it's entirely possible to be blessed, but to not be saved. So the dichotomy there is, we do both, okay? And we are Torah observant Christians or whole Bible people or followers of Messiah. There's lots of, Hebrew Israelites, Hebrew roots movement. There's lots of names for it. But what I do is my worldly best every day to be as close to, in spirit, but also in physicality, to my Messiah as possible. I think that Yeshua walked out what the life of a man is supposed to look like. And if I really believe on him, then I have an innate duty in me to do my best to replicate the way that he lived. So that's what I do. Okay. Chat's back on again. Now I can see y'all. All right. India versus Pakistan. There's no winner. There's just one team with less dead people than the other. Nobody wins that, as far as I'm concerned. Talk about to be careful with Q for us preppers. Follow God. Yeah, I agree. Let's talk about Q for a moment. I think that Q started as an organic thing, and I think it's entirely possible now that Q has been co-opted as a disinformation campaign. Just my opinion. So... yeah, Q equals AI. Talk to you later, Brandon. Thank you. Yeah, Q is a PSYOP now. Exactly. So that's kind of what I think. Your 3 tour videos inspired me last Sabbath. What version of the Bible do you suggest reading? I read the scriptures from the ISR, the Institute for Scriptural Research. I get that question all the time. Why are you so dang cool? Man, I don't know. Foam on your stash. Foam? Yeah, I got it. Thanks, man. Thoughts on the Catholic Church? The Antichrist. Next. Good evening, Walter Davis. The Catholic Church is, in my opinion, the originator of most of what is wrong with modern Christianity today. I think that they neutered Messiah. They made him a polo-wearing beta male. And they have replaced the father and the son from their rightful place at the center of our existence. How often should you rotate your ammo in your mags? Go to the range and shoot them till they're empty and then put new ammo in them. I have some mags that have had the same ammo in them for half a decade, and I'm not worried about it. Hope to meet you and your family in person. You are really awesome. Thank you, Julie. I'm sure you're awesome too. What do you think will be the mark? I do think it will be a physical mark. Other than that, I don't know. I think it's entirely possible that it is that little RFID chip. I think that's entirely possible. Which is, how far down the rabbit hole are you, T? Which rabbit hole? Pick one. Yeah, range time is overdue, exactly. Pump or semi-auto 12 gauge and why? A pump will very likely serve you well, but semi-autos are a lot of fun. And they're both just dang reliable nowadays. They're just, and here's the thing, as far as reliability goes, all right, I'm going to turn off comments for a minute. So there we go, none. So as far as reliability, pump versus semi, it's the same argument-ish of back when there was this huge DI versus piston gun argument with AR-15s or AK versus AR or whatever. Man, the vast majority of people have weapons that they will never use and have never used. It's like the guy who's got the Corvette who drives at 32 miles an hour to work every day. It doesn't matter how much horsepower and torque that thing makes if it's not being used. So that being said, a pump versus a semi-auto, man, a Mossberg 930 rocks, dude. Those Benellis rock. Even those Charles Dailies you get at Walmart, man, they're good guns. My go-to, as you guys know, is a Mossberg 500. They're just stupid reliable. But if you really, really need to tell somebody that they picked the wrong house at 3 a.m., a semi-auto 12 gauge is just devastating. So I don't care which direction you go. I think you should be able to run both, and I think if you own them and plan on using them for defensive reasons, you should run both. You should get some training in how to use them, how to positively identify a target in the middle of the night, how to reload those things on the fly. Just get some training. And that's one of the biggest things, if not the biggest thing, that people miss out on is actually learning to use their weapons. It's like having a first aid kit but knowing nothing about first aid. It's like having the survival seed vault and never planting it and not knowing how to plant it. Having the AR-15 in the box underneath your bed that's never been zeroed. Having the things does not equate to having proficiency with the things. You have to use the things. That's why the things exist. They exist to be used. And so use them and use them joyously. Go have fun with it, right? And listen, if your wife doesn't want you to go to the range this weekend, you have my permission. You just show her this part. 28 minutes into the live stream, you say, listen, babe, Bear said, I got to go do this. Okay, I just have to. I just have to. Okay? Cool. Turning comments back on. Live chat. Here we go. Yeah, Maverick 88. Is it murder to snipe the people giving the mark but not the people in line? Wow. I don't even know how to answer that. You hinted at a bear pack. Yes, they're coming. Maybe. Sean Poison. What weapon do you recommend for someone that has been in trouble with the law in the past? Crossbow, bow. There's some very powerful air guns out there. You know, or just, you know, there was a period of time during the late 90s, black powder pistol, where, you know, the Army National Guard just couldn't keep anything in inventory. Find a National Guard base, cut the chain link fence, go in through the back door, find you a pallet. I never said that. All right. Do you recommend going to a survival school? Yeah. Yeah, I do think, let's see, Rick Rules. It's let's talk about that again. Foam. All right, comments off for a minute. Hi, Sam. Hi. My little sister's over there doing the things. It's a matter of how intensive you want the experience to be. If you only have a little bit of time to throw at it, or you really just want to get down and dirty, yeah, go to a survival school, man. I mean, I say we and all the people who you don't know exist yet, the reptilian overlords, we're putting together a training curriculum that hopefully will manifest itself fall 2019. And part of that is going to be survival training, seer training, as well as, you know, intensives in the woods. And it's a blast. It's a lot of fun. You learn a lot of things, and it's a knowledge dump. You just, it's like, you know, information pouring down on you, raining down on you over the course of 3 or 4 or 5 days. But you're going to pay money for it. You have to take time out of your schedule. And there's logistics. The flip side of that is go walk into the woods and just do the things, right? And so it may take you longer, but it will probably cost you less. And the accessibility is going to be better if you have the time. So man, it's like anything in life. It's just time and money. It's just a matter of how you want to spend your time and money. So I do think it can be worth it. And really what I would recommend you do is you talk to whoever runs the school on the phone first. Don't just show up there. Talk to them first and see what they say. And if you like the cut of their jib, if their truth resonates with your truth, they're your people. Go hang out with them. Man, if you're in the Pacific Northwest, go to PNW FASS, Pacific Northwest Firearms and Survival School. Good brother. You should go check him out. All right, comments back on live chat. What do we got? Hit the button, Bear. Live chat. There it is. Access off-grid, a good school. Godly man. Cool. I have a Walter PPQ and the PPK. Time about to graduate to my first idea. I have no clue what to get. Maybe a SIG. Oh my goodness. Okay. The SIG 516, as far as accuracy goes, is less than impressive. Hey, Shiloh Sky, what's up, brother? Yeah, and SIG is way overpriced. And the SIG MPX, I believe it is a good gun. Again, man, here's the deal. For me, a Colt 6920 is about the best AR you can get, right? Dryas Octapella ta. Thank you. I'm doing my best. Pretty hard to beat a Glock. Yep. I hope you're having an amazing day. Yeah, it's been an interesting day. What do I think of Pelosi and the new gun bill she just passed? Listen, let's talk about that a minute. We're going to go there for a hot minute. We're going to go that way for a hot minute. Comments off so the distracting things don't happen to me, because I'm a unitasker, but I unitask so well that it seems like I'm multitasking, but I'm not. I get distracted by all the shiny things just like everybody else. I could care less about politics. And this is what I mean by make your actions match your ambitions, because we know the system sucks. We know that if you send good people into a bad system, you get bad things happen. It's like putting kittens into a meat grinder and expecting fully grown cats to come out the other end. That's not what happens. Okay? The system sucks. It's designed in such a way that it destroys those kittens. Okay? So what do I think of Pelosi? I think she's probably straight from hell, truthfully. I can't stand her. I cannot stand her. I just don't like her. And to say don't like her is like, yeah, man. It's like saying Bigfoot's a pickup truck, okay? So I cannot stand the woman. If she tripped tomorrow and smashed her head into a rock on the ground and passed, it would not... I mean, I wish her no ill will, but if something like that was to happen, I would not mourn her loss, okay? What do I think about new gun bills? Again, make your actions match your ambitions. If these are real issues to you, you need to go places where you have a much better chance of dealing with them, okay? And I do think that eventually politics, probably sooner than later, is just gonna fall apart. You know, somebody was asking repeatedly about a civil war. Yeah, I think it's entirely possible. And I think people are just gonna get to the point where they have had enough. I'm done. I'm done, and not only am I done, I'm done to the point of I'm not even pissed anymore. I'm just not gonna do it. I will not comply. And not only will I not comply, there is no way you are going to saddle my offspring with this BS yoke that you've produced, as if they are your servants, as if they have to acquiesce to your every whim, want, and need. Not happening. I'm over it, okay? And so somebody is gonna draw that line in the sand and just say, I'm done. I'm done. I reject your reality and I substitute my own. Not happening. I don't care about your federal authority. I don't care about your trumped up, oh, the words are gone. Having the political onus and the political clout to do these things, like, I just don't care. I just don't care. And I think if enough people end up not caring and are adequately armed, the big they have a serious issue on their hands. And where I think you will see a civil war is between factions that are along those lines and people who just simply refuse to accept the fact that the system is going away. And so the name of this channel is not an accident. Independent means independent. I'm politically independent. I hate both parties. I hate them. And anybody who thinks the Republicans are better than the Democrats or the Democrats are better than the Republicans, you need to open your eyes. I hate politics. I cannot stand politics. It's bred in circuses. And independent from the system, independent from all of this crap that's going on everywhere. I will not comply. I refuse. I will not comply. Period. The end. And maybe I'm the guy that, I'm the guy that something bad happens to because the federal government says, yes, you will. And they squash me like a bug. Okay. There'll be 28,000 people who will remember Bear said he will not comply. And I won't do it. Good. Remember the bear. Make that the rallying cry. I just won't do it. I will not do it. And there's not a thing in the world that you can do that will make me think that, oh yeah, that's a good idea. It's like these stupid, insane, hellacious abortion laws. I will not do it. I cannot do it. I cannot do it. So I'm telling you, if you have these political convictions, if you have these urgings of the spirit, you need to make your actions match your ambitions. Okay? You need to do it. And act like it. It doesn't matter how much money you make working in the city if you're subject to all of this. Okay? So here we go. Comments back on. Probably missed all the comments. All right. Remember the bear. Bobby Mojo. Roger. Bear, you're going to do a survival training group. That's what I'm saying. Hopefully in the fall. Prepper groups in South Carolina, Louisiana. Scott R., did you look in the Viking community page, Viking Patreon? Tracer rounds is a mag count indicator. Yes, that can be done if you train that way. I just count rounds. I just count rounds. Hey, the Spicers. What's up, Ethan? How are you? Live free or die. Yep. Are you located in North Carolina? No, I am not. Do you support President Trump? Yes. I do support President Trump. I am, however, I don't think he will ever get done what he wants to get done. So, uncooked, Dave. Uncooked. Now, granted, you're going to gain, you'll double that weight, but listen, you'll thank me uncooked. Okay? Teflon and everyone. Yeah, exactly. That's what I was gonna say. That's the thing with tracers, man, is you and everybody else are gonna know right where you're at. So be careful with that. When is my birthday? None of your business. Yes, sir, Shallow Sky. Front sight for training. Yes. Man, they get a lot of crap because they're so big, but they're so big for a reason, okay? Learn the Bible in 24 hours. I have that. Somebody sent that to me. And I can't off the top of my head remember. Why do you think Q is a PSYOP? Because why wouldn't it be? I would make it one. Are you kidding me? Of course, that's entirely what I would do. I would let it gain natural traction. Then after it gained natural traction, I would co-opt it and use it for my own purposes. That's exactly what I would do. So, Corey Bonecutter. What's up, Corey Bonecutter? So, do you believe that gun confiscation will be the trigger to the next tyrannical ass whooping? Probably. That will play a role, but I also think that gun confiscation is going to fall underneath the oh honey, yes, I'm a Sagittarius. Let's talk about gun confiscation for a minute. Hiding the chat. Okay. I have this coming up in a video that you guys will see at some point. Here's the deal. I think that gun confiscation is going to fall in the column of civil unrest. And I think what will be a contributing factor to that as well, I think we're going to have a let them eat cake moment. I think that's going to happen between the collapse of the purchasing power of the US dollar / collapse of the US economy. And not necessarily that the dollar will be worthless, but it will very likely become worth less. Okay, it will have a greatly decreased value, coupled with a shortage of food, which I also have a video coming on. I believe those two things together are going to exacerbate all of the geopolitical, socioeconomic issues in the world. Okay, because it's resources, man. It's a resources game. And if you can't buy them because your money is worthless and there's none to get because the supply and demand's all messed up, supply has gone down, demand has risen, I think people are going to be rioting in the streets. And when people are rioting in the streets, then certain other people are going to say, we need to take all these guns. And then for political horsepower, the certain groups of politicians are going to say, yeah, we do. And they're going to try it. I'll tell you where they're not going to try it first. Rural Oklahoma, western Arkansas, southwestern Missouri, southeastern Kansas. It'd be a logistical nightmare, man. They're not going to try it there. They're not going to try it in western Montana. They'll try it in Boston, New York, LA, Chicago, Tampa, St. Louis. They'll do it there first. So I do think that will happen. But let's talk about this for real. If we're going to have another ass-whooping moment in American history, we need to get away from dependency on the system. You cannot kick the ass of the system you're dependent on for life, okay? So plate carriers are good. Magazines are good. ARs are good. We need these things and we need to train with them. But we also have to train this and this so that we have the intestinal fortitude and the spirit to be able to look them in the eye and go, F you, I'm not doing it. I'm out. I'm out. You can't buy me. I have my own food. I have my own land. I have my own family. I have my own means. I am self-sufficient, and I am as independent from you as I can be, so you don't get to exert power and influence over me. That allows you to be free and to exercise your freedom, to give 2 middle fingers to this entire system and go, I'm done. I'm out. Okay? So it's not just, we'll take them by force, because when they destroy your supply chain and your logistics, because they are your supply chain and logistics, then what? Okay? We need to be extremely cognizant of that. Okay, comments back on. Live chat. Go. It's okay, Soul A. It's all right. I'm offended, can't you tell? How can I go about finding a clan, doctor, surgeon, medicine man, or something similar? You need to read the book How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie, 1933. Everything still plays in that book. And then you need to go talk to people. One of the things that people are terrible at is networking. Find out where the next medical conference is in your neighborhood and go there. Oh, there's one in Dallas. Go to Dallas. You live near Dallas? Go to Dallas. Go to the conference and hang out in the lobby. Maybe you don't pay to go in, but hang out in the lobby and strike up conversations with people. Oh yeah, what do you do? Oh, I'm just here talking with people. Oh yeah, why is that? Oh, I'm really into homesteading. I love gardening. My favorite thing to plant is freedom seeds. And see what happens. Okay, but you know why I like get out and talk to people? Exactly, NWA Prepper. What I love about consulting is the confluence of networking and problem solving. Okay, and I love those two things, right? I love being able to help people, and I love being able to help people I know help other people. So now that's one of my giftings. That's one of my talents, and I fully acknowledge that not everybody can do that or wants to do that. But you have to try, okay? I'm not great at doing laundry, but my wife gets awful pissed if I don't do it every now and then, okay? So even though you might not be good at it or it might be uncomfortable, you need to go try, okay? And how do you find good people? Go to where the good people are. Like Scott R., campaign manager, let's do it. Our campaign slogan is going to be F this S. Mike Klein, do you breed livestock for more sustainable traits such as aggressive foraging and slower weight gain? Not yet, I don't, but I will as they grow. Not yet, I don't. I don't have enough to do that yet, but yes, I'm all about it. Got my vote. Sasquatch Moon. How many squatches we got in here? How do you feel about CBD oil? Hey man, do what you got to do. I got nothing against it. And truthfully, I really don't have an issue with marijuana in general, other than I do believe that I know a lot of people who have absolutely abused it, and I know a lot of people who have honored it and treated it as medicine, and it's gone well for them. So, but I'm all about personal rights, man. As long as you're not bothering me, I don't care. Douglas Howard. Thank you, Tim Humphers. Thank you, brother. I really appreciate that. Janice is dead campaign slogan. I love it. Thoughts on the 300 blackout? I think that it's a boutique round that makes sense in very limited philosophies of use. And if you're not using it in those philosophies of use, and if you don't have half a pallet of it laying around, you'd be better served with 5.56. That being said, if you want a short-barreled AR pistol, preferably suppressed, and you're going to use it to knock bad guys in the head inside of 300 meters, go for it. Rumors are 2020 will be a break point if Trump wins. I agree. I think it's going to be a breaking point regardless. I am keenly aware of what's going on for 2020. So, Venezuela issue thoughts. We're not there for freedom, I'll tell you that. Knifehead. Oh, it's Taz. Knifehead. 308. Love it. Yeah, again, you know, that's the problem with the system. India and Pakistan. Yeah, keep an eye on it. Stock up. Stock up. So, yeah, India and Pakistan. You're the man, T. Yeah, listen here, Mr. J. Boudreaux. You're the man. Food is power. Yeah, women are now mandatory for the draft, bro. Hey, listen, you know what happens when you want to make everything about, you turn the military into a workplace and play the equal opportunity employment game, guess what's going to happen? Women are now eligible for the draft. Lisa. Lisa Siambida. That's your name, right? Siambida. Siambida. I like that. That's a better one. Lisa Siambida. Email me at November Tango X-ray Mike Alpha Golf at gmail.com and put in subject line hands and feet, and I email you about go to Florida, give food to people. Lisa Siambida. Okay? Okay. What do you think about getting a concealed carry license? I think that every freaking person on the planet should have one. Lucas, what's up, man? Recommendation for a brand of body armor. AR-500 has served me well. I really like the Condor Mop C as well. I'm not fancy. I don't know if you guys have noticed that, but if it gets the job done, I love it. How come 40 didn't call off 9mm for law enforcement? Because the 9mm ballistics got so much better over the last 20 years, and it really negated any positive effects of the 40. So with 40, you get a little bit snappier recoil and a slightly reduced rounds count for the same terminal ballistics as the new 9mm. So Warren Buffett just sent a letter to stockholders warning that an economic collapse is nigh. Listen, man, never underestimate the likelihood that they want you to know certain things and not know other things. So, yeah. Any recommendations on a gas mask for people who wear glasses? Contacts. Also, please maybe relocate to a place where the gas mask is less likely to be needed. Thoughts on family members or other people in your group that are quarters but come as a package with pennies? First of all, I love the fact that you're aware of the 4 quarters philosophy. That's phenomenal. Thank you. And if y'all are not aware of the 4 quarters philosophy, you need to go back channel and watch that. So let's go back to that. Let's camp on that for a minute. If you have quarters and that you're trying to get into the group or are in the group and they have pennies with them that they're responsible for, you need to pull them aside and let them know, hey man, these pennies here, we need to shine them up into nickels and then maybe turn them into dimes. But since you're the quarter and you're bringing these people along, we need to fix this, okay? Honesty and just talking it out is gonna rule the day on pretty much everything, okay? So that's what I would do. Pull them aside and be like, listen bro, love you, you're awesome. Your sister-in-law or whoever, not so much. What do we need to develop a plan to bring her up to speed, okay? Right now, she's an old dirty penny. How do we get her to a nickel? Huh, you know, I was wondering, she used to work at a soup kitchen and she can really sling some chow. Awesome, let's encourage that. Yeah, but she's got a drinking problem. Okay, let's diminish that, right? So, have that conversation. Binge back channel like T's on Netflix. Thanks, brother. Still not knowing much of Tennessee. Me either. Recommendations on pizza, LOL. Yes, white pizza is the bomb. I don't eat anything with swine in it, but white pizza is tremendous. I also really like legit Sicilian pizza, which is very little sauce on focaccia bread with garlic butter around the edges and a little bit of Parmesan on top and lots of extra mozzarella. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Love it. Also like beef and mushroom. So, best affordable comms. Baofeng UV5R, man. Chicago pizza pie is also really good. I'm making shine, but I don't drink. Even tasting it and spitting it out, you're gonna get sideways, bro. Corey Bonecutter, Roger. Yeah, man, I've done the paycheck to paycheck thing too. So you can increase your skill sets. There's things that you can train up that will make you a more valuable employee, which will generate more revenue for you, which will allow you to get out faster. There's free time that you're burning right now that you could be using on other things, or there's a big decision in your life that you need to make that you're not making, that you're avoiding, that's keeping you where you are. and then you need to just do that thing and then go, okay? Schuylkill County, I know Schuylkill County. Listen, man, you know I know Schuylkill County because I know that it's not pronounced Schuylkill. It's Schuylkill County. Upstate New Yorker, I know all about Schuylkill County. Y'all need to quit coming across the border and cutting our timber, man. We don't like that. Hey, I have a question. Okay, Bobby, bro. What's up, man? Yes, you can, Vince. Hey, Mike Brancaccio. Now, there's a guy who knows about pizza. Look at his last name. It's got more vowels than consonants. Can you speak on prophecy fulfillment in recent years? Not well. I'm not the best at that, truthfully. I'll tell you, my canary in the coal mine on that is when 2 witnesses take the Temple Mount for 500 days uninterrupted, we're there. So, when my mom died from cancer, what I do? I don't know. What do you do when your mom dies from cancer? Okay. I'm assuming that's what you're talking about. Hold on. Let's go. What do we do? Hiding chat. What do you do when your mom dies of cancer? What you do right now, if she's not dead yet, is you hold her hand, you talk to her, and you tell her how much you love her and how awesome she's been, and you pray with her, and you make sure that she knows who her Messiah is. Okay, you have to do that. And if you don't know, you need to find him. You need to go find somebody and just say, tell me about Messiah, okay, and get good. And then get your mom good, okay? And then if she's good, okay, if she's saved, if she's covered by the atoning sacrifice of Messiah, then you rejoice in the little bit of time that you have left. And you praise the Father daily that you have that time. And you don't engage in any BS, and you don't argue about anything, and you don't waste time over trivial things. You spend time together. You hang out. Hang out. Get to know your mom again, okay? Be her son. Tell her it's all going to be okay. Whatever she's worried about, even if you're worried about it too, it's not a big deal, Ma. Don't worry about it. We'll figure it out, okay? It'll be all right. Sometimes you just need to be next to somebody. They just need somebody to just be there. So just be there. That's what you do. And if you're scared shitless through the whole thing, you just pray constantly, Father, what do I do? Tell me what to do. Show me how to do this thing. What do I do? 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 Okay? But you be there for your mom. That's what you do. And then after that, you're going to be destroyed, which you should be. But you orchestrate, you facilitate, you make all the things happen. You honor your mom's memory. And then, when that's done, you mourn her loss. You celebrate her life. You learn the lessons from the life that she lived, and you carry on. And it's gonna hurt, and it's gonna suck. And there's nothing that's gonna be enjoyable about it. But you're gonna do it because men do the hard things. And that's part of our burden to bear. And we'll bear it just as long as we can. And when it's crushing our soul and killing us, we give it over to him. We die to ourselves daily, and we move on. Hopefully, to eternity, where you get to see your mom again and give her a hug, okay? All right. Hunter Seeker, bless you, brother. You're awesome. Hope y'all are doing okay, and you know how to get a hold of me if you're not, all right? Oh, gosh. Yeah, man, that's tough. Upstate New York, I'm a quarter Mohawk, Roger. Moving to the res, no, the res is part of the system, bro. Remember? The system, bad. New York, bad. After birth abortion, bad. Gun laws, bad. Taxation, bad. Get out. What do you think about the Derringer for women the last line of defense? Questionable. The only thing it really has going for it is functionality. Okay? So, last line of defense is this. Okay, this right here. You better learn how to use these, sister. This is your last line of defense. So if you have a Derringer, go for it. I don't love it. I don't love it. And they're not ergonomic. They're not easily deployed, right? I'd rather you had a 380 or a 9 on your hip, and after that you had a real good folding knife and you knew how to use it, and then after that you were phenomenal at hitting soft targets with your thumbs and your fingers and your knuckles all in this region. This right here, zygomatic arch in the eyeball, this hurts like hell. This right here, you can stick a thumb in that, that hurts. Right behind the ear, that hurts. This whole thing right here, that hurts a whole lot. This, the throat, this hurts. That should be your last line of defense. But if you had a good trainer, you could put somebody on the ground in half the time it takes for you to pull a Derringer out and deploy it, okay? Okay. Now, what do we got? How about 40? I don't love it, don't hate it. It's not my favorite in the world. I carry a 45, and when I don't carry a 45, it's 9mm, bro. But if you have a 40, and if you're into that platform, go for it. So, okay. What else we got? And I don't even know what time it is. What time is it Central Time right now? What are your thoughts on working on the Sabbath if your career field requires it? And I'm a paramedic and work every other Sunday. Okay. 357 SIG, overpriced, less than impressive. 1015 Roger. All right. So let's go back. Working on the Sabbath. Turning comments off for a minute. Okay, and then I can't live stream too much longer. We'll finish this beer and call it an evening. Got to call my wife, say goodnight to my kids on the phone, and I gotta do things tomorrow. Working on the Sabbath, every other Sabbath. I don't think you should do it, but I think if you do, you're covered by the atoning sacrifice of Yeshua, and it's an obedience versus grace equation. There are things that we have to do in our life that is less than ideal. And we have grace, right? But we don't abuse the grace, because if we make the grace cheap, then there's no point in having it in the first place. So that being said, where there's a need, meet it. That was a teaching of Yeshua. And if in your line of work with what you do, I think it's fair to say that there's a need and you're meeting it. So, and I think that there's a clear line there for military, law enforcement, first responders, so forth and so on, rather than, attorneys, whatever, these other types of work that, well, I need to work Saturday. You need to work Saturday to pay your mortgage on the house that's huge and in the middle of Babylon that you shouldn't be in the first place. That's not a need, okay? But if you need to work because you're protecting people and, preventing loss of life, then that's legitimate. So I do think that, is it less than ideal? Yes, which is why you're asking the question in the first place. But that being said, I do think that there's absolutely a covering of grace over it. And I also think that there's a need that you're meeting, and so that's legitimate. And salvation is through Yeshua. Blessings come through obedience. And so if you're being obedient in the spirit, if you're obedient in your heart over this, and you're like, listen, Father, I wish that I could ordain this day to you and give it to you and enjoy this Shabbat, but I have to work. And if I don't work, somebody might die, and this is my job and this is my calling. Okay, that's between you and the Father. I labored 2 Shabbats ago in Florida. But it was a fruit of the Spirit. I had to do it. I couldn't not do it. So, You know, do we get into a legalism versus grace argument there? Did I transgress the law? Maybe the letter of the law, but not the spirit of the law. There was a need and I met it. And boy, was it spiritual. So I think spiritually it would have been worse for me to do nothing than to labor on that day. So, you know, there's no clear-cut answer, man. You're covered by the grace of Yeshua, and you're blessed by the Father for the obedience of your heart. And so he sees you, and he knows you, and he knows where your heart is. And I think if your heart is in the right place on these things, and there's a need, which there is, and you're meeting it, I think you're good. Okay? Live chat. Comments back on. So, I woke up to Yeshua in my 40s. Will I be all right? Yeah, if you're still here, you'll be fine. If you woke up to Yeshua right now and somebody ran through the door and shot you in the head, you're good. Okay? You're good. Goza, what's up, brother? Every time I see your name, it makes me think of gyoza, which are those little Japanese dumplings, and then I want some. And what's pretty much terrible about those is a lot of them are made with pork, although they do have chicken ones that are pretty good too. Rapture, yay or nay? Definitely not pre-trib. That's not my opinion. Bear, where do you buy your medical supplies for your first aid kit? AdventureFrontier.com. AdventureFrontier.com. It's where I buy them from. You can, and listen, you can get the same stuff anywhere else, but you can get high quality stuff, the real legit stuff from AdventureFrontier.com, and it's like, you know, a few percentage points off of retail. Hey, what's up, Hobie? Hobie909. If y'all will like to laugh, you need to go follow Hobie. Hobie909. He's phenomenal. And so, okay, we're going to come back to the drum question because I was just playing some. Yeah, AdventureFrontier.com, you know, Recon Medical, North American Rescue, all the good stuff is there. And it's, you know, you could give your money to anybody. You might as well give it to a guy who's going to use it to feed his family and do the work of the Father. So there you go. Hobie909, go watch him. He's funny. When I'm having a less than ideal day, I like to tune into the Hobie show and just laugh, just giggle. So let's talk about drums. Do you play an instrument? Oh, do I play an instrument? I have a set of Tama Art Stars, and they are, let's see, I have two 22-inch kicks, then 4 rack toms, 10, 12, 13, 14, although I usually only play the 12, 13, 14 and drop the 10. And then I have a 16-inch floor tom, and then I have a 16, 5.5 by 16, and a 6.5 by 14 snare, one of each, and then 14-inch hi-hats, 22-inch ride, two 18-inch crashes, two 16-inch crashes, a 15-inch crash, a 17-inch crash, a couple of Chinas. I got all kinds of stuff, man. So, yeah, Sabian. I play Sabian and Tama and Vic Firth sticks. Yeah, and then I also do a little bit of the guitar stuff as well. Drummer girl for the king. Yeah, man, I play drums at Pearl Vision. I just uploaded, you know what, after I get done with this, I literally just before this uploaded a drum video because it's called Can Bear Still Jam, ? Because it's been 4 months since I've held drumsticks. Bass player, nice. Oh man, I play the kazoo. Heavy metal, yeah man, like these things didn't happen on their own. All these tats. When will you pick the winner? At the end of the month. It's not the end of the month yet. Bear, what's your blood type? Just remember, if I ever need blood, he's a POS. I'm a POS. A pause, brother. I can play the radio. Awesome, Matthew. EH Nebraska. Yeah, I know a lot of people like Zildjians, man, but what I like about the Sabians for metal is that they cut through 2 or 3 or 10 stacks. I do listen to metal, but I do not listen to the metal that I used to listen to back in the day. One of my favorite bands to listen to, it has always been one of my favorite bands, which is the band Death. And it's very counterintuitive, but Death actually is thinking man's death metal. They have a lot of socio-economic and political commentary, not just Satan, death, blood. Not that. It's actually very good music. What's wrong with eating a wild hog? What's the pork thing? Listen, man, I'm not going to get into it with anybody on that right now. I don't eat pork because it's a Leviticus 11 thing. You do the conviction of your heart. I'm going to do mine. So, death symbolic, man. Yeah, dude. I used to cover tracks off of symbolic. I covered tracks off of individual thought patterns. I just played Scavenger of Human Sorrow earlier. And Lack of Comprehension as well. But yeah, Bob Taylor, you know, yes. But compared to what's your thought on the SKS rifle? I love them. I love them. I don't want to go to war with them, but I love them. So if I, you guys know what my go-to-war rifle is. It's an AR-15, several of them. So, but I do like the SKS. Wait until fired upon or take the first shot to get it started. Wow. Wait until fired upon. Question mark. Depends on where we are. I have a video coming out on ROEs. It's already been uploaded. It'll be up soon. So yeah. Yeah. SHTF ROEs. Worth trading in an AK to get an AR. We'll talk about that in our next call. Can I hip fire well? Enough. Yeah. Top 3 AR companies to build from. I really like Spec Ops Uppers. Their website's terrible though. I don't know if they've fixed it or not, but I've had really good experience with Spec Ops Uppers. PSA is actually pretty good, man. Let's see. Yeah, it's pretty much PSA. Midway occasionally, you know. How do you defend the other Christians who oppose the thought of self-defense with firearm? Hold on. Everybody shut up a minute. Or taking the lives of others, stating that Jesus is enough. All right, Eric Draven. I know where you land on this, so I'm not going to chew you apart on this, but here I go. Messages off. No distractions. By the way, has anybody noticed that the revolting man has stolen my haircut? Unacceptable. Okay. Here's the deal with other Christians. These Christians are not fans of what Messiah actually said, including the fact that if you don't have a sword, you should sell your cloak and buy one, okay? And the Christian church has the idea of being meek all wrong. All wrong. The meek shall inherit the earth. Meek is not weakness. Meek means that I could utterly destroy you, and yet I stay my hand. Meek is controlled power. And the church will say, turn your other cheek, brother. You can't turn a cheek you don't have. So the idea that Jesus is enough, Yeshua himself, Yeshua Messiah said, you will be persecuted in my name. And if Jesus is enough, go to Syria and tell that to the Christians that are having their heads lopped off with dull machetes. Go tell them that. Jesus is enough, right, brother? And you know what? It is. It is. He is. But if my options are to die on my knees or die on my feet, I'm taking every one of you bastards with me. Christians, modern day Big C church Christians, in my experience, a lot of them are spineless. And they're box checkers. Their idea of service to the Father is to show up with nice clothes on Sunday morning and not be an a-hole for 2 hours. So of course they don't understand it. So what would I say to them? I'd tell them that they're dead wrong. And if they actually knew their Messiah, they'd know that self-defense is inherent in our human being. They'd know that they have a responsibility to the creator of the universe for everybody that they have been given to steward. Everybody. Their friends, their family, their loved ones, everybody that they come in contact with, they are answerable to the Most High for their stewardship, including their defense and protection. Especially their defense and protection if it's your family. If you're the man, that's your job. Provide, protect, okay? Women nurture and guide, men provide and protect, generally speaking. They are not only doing a disservice to themselves as Christians, but they are transgressing the will of the Father and the commandments of their Messiah if they do not defend themselves and everybody around them. But they wouldn't know that because they subcontract their faith out to their pastor. They don't put their nose in their own Bible, and they could care less to actually get to know their Messiah because that would require that they die to themselves daily and give up all the fun things that they get to do in life. And that's just not convenient. That's my opinion on that. As you can see, I'm a little passionate about it. I have no love for these people, nor do I feel an onus to protect them. Do not cast your pearls before swine. Don't do it. Patriot Nurse, who's not my favorite person and not my least favorite person, she's on my radar. She had a pretty good video about the sifting, okay? The separation that's happening between box checker Christians and everybody else and real people who are really switched on. And I believe it. I think that's a really good term for it, the sifting. There's a separation that's happening. And those people, I think, are going to be sorely mistaken when the shit hits the fan. So that's my take on that. Somebody give me something good. Like, is it wrong to be strong? No. Bless you, JS. DPMS, bet my life on it, Tank. I got a DPMS with 4,000 rounds through it, never choked once. Everybody likes to say, well, it's not a high-speed gun. That's cool. You go clear that jam in your Daniel defense. I got targets to hit, okay? Okay. What does it mean by pearls? The type you give a lady, or is it something else? No, man. It's, what it means is your valuables, right? Don't cast your pearls before swine. It means that if you're trying to give the truth to somebody who doesn't listen, it's the same as taking a pearl necklace off of your neck and throwing it in front of a pig and saying, here you go, wear that. That'll look good on you. Don't cast your pearls before swine. Okay. There are commandments that state we have to stand up for the oppressed. Right now, the entire world is oppressed. Lion Queen, yes, but you need to understand what the concept of brother, Re'ah, Ra'ah, is. Okay? The Middle East is oppressed right now. Those are not my brothers. I'm not commanded to stand up for them. After EMP, favorite activity. Big spoon, little spoon. Okay. Check out Sabaton. Yeah, Roger. Ken on the run. No, the Father changed your life. I'm just here drinking beer. Good to have you, though. How's the carabiner? What's up, Chris? It's good. It's good. Thank you. Hold on. Something went by. What do you know about the 75th Ranger Battalion? Minal symbols all day. Yeah, I like some minals. Good for you, Squash. Do you believe in the rapture? No. Not the way that you've been taught it. Do you have any board games for the kids? Yep. Red flags. We talked about those. Do you take your gun to church? Do I go to church? Yes. Do I take my gun to the bathroom? Yes. Do I take my gun to the grocery store? Yes. Wherever I take my body, I take my gun. Pangea. Lovely thought. Have a good night, Monster Bear. What do you do when people show that you didn't plan? You tell them to go away, man. Spooning. Do you take your gun to church? Well, you know what? Let's talk about that for a minute. And then we got to go to bed. I am blessed, and I mean this in the fullest sense of the word. I am blessed to fellowship with some incredible people. My pastor is Pastor Joe Fox of Viking Preparedness. Okay? And that, if you don't believe in God, you should hear the story of how that has come to be. Okay? He and I both acknowledge it is the hand of the Father. Brother Fletch from Ozarks Tactical Homestead. We're all sitting around this table, and Fletch walks in and goes, "All right, gear check." And there's like 8, maybe 10 brothers there, and goes, "Come on, gear check." Bust it out. Everybody had a gun, a knife, a lighter, another gun, some more knives, reloads, tourniquet, the whole nine. Like, yeah, do I carry my gun at church? Mm-hmm. It is the best armed church I've ever attended. It is the last church on earth anybody would ever want to assault, ever. And then there's another assembly that we fellowship that's actually pretty close to us. We fellowship with them. And I carry my gun there too. And I'll tell you guys point blank, it's getting to the point now where people I've never met before know who I am from the internet. And it's humbling and it's weird. And yeah, I have a gun on me at all times because life. So, and I have gotten emails from people who have said some pretty horrendous things about me and my family, and you know, the deranged things that they just love to do. To which I respond, the worst mistake you could ever make is to walk 3 steps inside my gate uninvited, or come see me elsewhere. So yeah, I take my gun to church. I take it everywhere else as well. I am very rarely outside of 100 yards away from a long gun. So, cause I'm me. So, all right, chat's back on. What else we got? Do you think there will be legislator targeting the Methodist Church after the vote against gay marriage? Don't know. Truthfully, I don't care. And whoever dropped $5, thank you. I did not see that. I mean, that's part of the danger of being a 501c3 is you hooked yourself into the system. So I don't know, but I don't think you don't get to tell other people what to think. Okay, Virginia Gibson, bless you. Have a good evening. Your thoughts on tithing? I think you should tithe what you can when you can. Tim, I got more than one AR and I've got more than one optic, but thank you. As far as me needing a better optic on my AR, I deeply appreciate that. You can email me and let me know where you're going to send me one. Just kidding. What do you think of Tennessee for a free state? I don't know much about Tennessee, truthfully. Yeah, mistakenly wandering onto my property is a bad idea. And we have excellent rules of engagement on property. Thoughts on leftist arming, training, and medical tactics arms, genuine threat or not so much? I think in the small scale right now, yes, it is a genuine threat. I think, who is it? Was it Crowder or somebody? Yeah, I think it was Crowder, documented the fact that they were actively looking for a fight. They had weapons and the whole things. But right now, non-issue or very, very small issue, but likely to grow as vegan foot soldier. What's up? but likely to grow as things continue, as things progress. Patriot Plumber, I have a video coming out on that, brother. I literally just shot it yesterday. Yeah. Yeah, Steven Crowder documenting Antifa. Here's the thing, right? If Patriot, if you can see at night and your enemy can't, guess who wins? So, yeah. Thoughts on Pennsylvania as a move from Long Island, New York? Western, James Cipriano, why would you leave? They have the best focaccia bread down there on 5th and Main. It's tremendous. And you get the little glass of the red wine. Oh, it's fabulous. All right. Here's the deal. What the hell were we talking about? Tennessee. Somebody said Tennessee. And then we were talking about something else. Oh, Crowder and Antifa. Non-issue yet. Bro, I believe a lot of gear falls off the truck. That's what we're talking about. Yeah, if any of it falls off the truck over there, let me know. I'll send you a self-addressed staffed envelope, okay? Yeah, man. Hegelian dialectic, agreed. Patriot Plumber, yeah, man. If you can see in the dark and they can't, you win. So, I got a video coming out on that, though. What do you think about the AR-9 and other pistol caliber carbines? Inside of 100 yards, you can get me there. Outside of 100 yards, no, it's a toy. You know, you got to look at, you know, prior to that, where was the 9mm employed in a subgun or carbine fashion inside of 100 yards? The ballistics just aren't that good, okay? They're just not that good. So, yeah. Can it work? Yes. But the ballistics just aren't that good. So in your home? Sure. Love it. On your property out to maybe 100 yards? Sure. I'm all over it. Beyond that? No. Krav Maga? Yes. Like, you mean Hebrew Aikido? Yeah, more or less. Yep, like it. 5.56, 10.5-inch barrel? Yeah, you better put a good comp on it or that thing's going to be flashing and blowing all over the place. Do I think the Sabbath is Saturday or Sunday? Would you want to fight about it or what? I think Sabbath is Saturday. It's called Sunday for a reason. That's the day that the pagans worshipped the sun. And when the Roman Catholic Church wanted to get pagans on board, they said, hey, how about you guys worship the sun, S-O-N, on the Sunday, S-U-N, that you're already worshiping. So, yeah, Shabbat is Saturday. Shabbat is Shabbat, what the world calls Saturday. The Hebrews have been counting the Omer uninterrupted for 4,000 years. So, Beowulf 50 caliber. For what? What are you doing? Judo. Yeah. Well, even then, Zeke, I mean, Seder. I mean, think about, like, the Seders. No, I'm not Jewish. My stepbrother knows Sistema. Okay. You're welcome, Wade. I'm not in Arkansas. I'm in Oklahoma. But I'm in what I call Arklatexa-Homus. Where in upstate did I live? We had property in outside of Monticello, New York, and we had property outside of Amsterdam, New York, in a town called Johnstown. Yeah, I do have your email, and everybody else's too, so I have no idea what your email is. I get 1,000 emails a day, guys, okay? Bethel Woods. When I lived there, it was Bethel. Yeah, we did live in Bethel. The backside of our property adjoined Yasgur's farm, believe it or not. But when I lived there, it was before Ted Turner bought all of it. In fact, we moved after Ted Turner bought all of it and turned it from Bethel into Bethel Woods. So, went to Lawton, Oklahoma, roger that. Got a whole bunch of Chinooks out there. What's a good state for pipeline welder work? You ought to be in West Texas, man. Falcon Razukul? What is that? Falcon Razkul. Appreciate you, brother. Lawton, been out there, man. Hey, you seen all them big fans out there on them plateaus in Lawton? You're welcome. Yeah, brother, go to sleep. It's 10:44. Yeah, I gotta go to sleep too. I gotta call my wife. Is it worth starting a YouTube channel? Bro, I got 28,000 subs by the hand of the Most High. 16 months ago, I didn't have a YouTube channel. Yes, it's worth starting a YouTube channel. You have no idea how incredible it can be. You have no idea. So, no, Zeke, no, they did not. Sorry, brother. That's the government's fault. Yeah, sure did, Ethan. Yeah. How do I find an SHTF group? Viking Preparedness Patreon page in the community section. Yahweh is Lord. Indeed. Shema Yisrael, Yahweh Eloheinu, Yahweh Echad. Hear, O Israel, Yahweh is our God, Yahweh is one. Deuteronomy 6:4. Squash, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, Squash. Hour and a half live stream. Holy cow. Good night, James. Good night, y'all. Okay, man. When will the balloon go up? Watch 2020. Thanks, Taz. God is a true operator. Who put that out there? Chris Struble, that's exactly right. Exodus 15:3. Yahweh is a warrior. Yahweh is his name. Because he went before the Israelites, smiting their enemies. I mean, think about that. He literally walked with them. Do I believe in the Trinity? Not in the way that you believe in it. I do believe in the Father, I do believe in the Son, and I do believe in the Ruach HaKodesh, the Holy Ghost. Chris B. Man, you guys are awesome. Kamala Harris or Elizabeth Warren? Duh, Hillary. Any thoughts on James Yeager? Yeah, I don't love him. 243 thoughts. Good flat shooting around. Good for whitetail. Like it. All right, man. You guys are awesome. I gotta call my wife and go to sleep. Thank you guys. All right. Shalom, y'all. I really appreciate you guys. You guys are awesome. Man, we couldn't do this channel without you guys. So thank you. And it's, I need to live stream more. I miss live streaming with you guys. I really do.